Howdy, 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 my beautiful Libra. How are you doing, darling? My name is SimplyVelca, and today, honey, I'm going to be getting into your weekly October 2021 weekly horoscope, Libra. So, remember, it does not matter what you identify as, he, she, they, them, anything inside that spectrum or outside of that spectrum, darling Libra. If you resonate with these cards, it's meant for you, darling. If you do find some cards that do, let me know in the comments below how the cards resonate in your situation and personally, darling Libra, because that's how I keep up with y'all, as well as be sure to give this video a like and subscribe if you enjoy this video or you just enjoy my vibe, honey. I'm not picky. Just join the family here, darling. Remember as well, put this in perspective, Libra, I'm just a man reading some tarot cards to you. You know your situation better than I ever possibly could, so take the cards that resonate, leave what doesn't, because I'm not going to be offended by it. I believe tarot cards are just here to give you some food for thought, a perspective for you to be considering for today, something to think about as you go throughout your week, but never making choices in your life, because it's your life to live, not mine, darling. So, Libra, let's just jump into your weekly tarot horoscope reading now, darling. And remember, if you want to book a private personal reading with me, my website's always linked down below, SimplyVelca.com, darling. So let's get into y'all's reading, Libra. But first, you already know that we have to do that little tarot forecast. We got to do a vibe check for this week, darling. We got to see what's going to be going on for this week for y'all, darling. See what's going to be happening, how you guys are going to be feeling, darling. So let's get into this. I feel as if we want this card. What is this? I know it looks like I can see all the cards, but the one I was trying to pull, Libra, I couldn't even see, I promise you. And we have the Queen of Rings. Anytime I use this deck and I see the rings, I just think of the Ariana Grande song, Seven Rings. Queen of Rings, Queen of Pentacles. For those that can't read the bottom of this card, it says practicality and generosity, Libra. So I like this energy a lot for you guys, Libra. I feel like I always say this, but I really do, because the Queen of Pentacles is the representation, Libra, of very much so when you think about the Queen of Pentacles archetype, she's very much so able to, gender don't matter, obviously, darling, is all about doing well for themselves, right? So whether this is in terms of your financial, whether this is in terms of your relationships in your life, because Pentacles do just refer to your overall stability, right? It's just a very fabulous card. So this is definitely going to be a week where I feel like things are going to be flowing very, very naturally for you guys, darling. I feel as if less resistance is coming in, Libra, and I've been noting this for a while for y'all's weekly readings for a moment now, that I do get this sense of freedom, not feeling afraid anymore in terms of some type of aspect, some type of avenue in your life. It's very much so letting go and letting God, darling, letting God decide like how or whatever you decide to align with, darling, letting just things fall where they may, because you are with confidence knowing, Libra, that you have this under control, which you do. So let's get some starting tarot cards, Libra. Initially, I already pulled out the King of Wands for you. King of Wands, fire energy, darling. Passion. Eight of Wands, really going into this passion, darling, aren't we? And then the final one, Four of Pentacles, coming in here. So fabulous, Libra, fabulous. I feel as if you guys are taking charge, Libra, in terms of just like how you want your life to be. Not to say as if you, before this time, that you weren't, trying to set up your life in such a way, darling. But it feels as if you're taking a much more active role into creating the reality that you want, giving me very much so, Libra, of magician energy, right? You think about the magician archetype, the magician uses all the tools in their toolbox to create the reality. I don't know what that sound was. To create the reality, my gosh, that they want to see for themselves. King of Wands here, this is you taking more of a leadership role. This is like an energy, Libra, of where you're just like, maybe for those that have been having fear or anxiety about how others are perceiving them or how other people are going to, just in general, you look at the King of Wands, that's like, I don't really, I want to make a note, Libra, that you guys have always had Leo coming in your readings really strongly. And I was telling Leo this just yesterday, but you have this line watching you. So I kind of see this as a representation of just being like, let them watch you, darling. Let them watch you thrive, darling, as you continue really owning who you are, right? The King of Wands is all about that leadership, really setting the path for yourself, not really listening to other people and how they think you should live your life, darling. And then the Eight of Wands here. The Eight of Wands adds such an interesting dynamic, especially with the Four of Pentacles, because the Eight of Wands, for me personally, I like to see the Eight of Wands as a sense of empowerment. And, because with the Eight of Wands, like, you have to have a little sense of sureness of yourself to be willing to try out all these different wands to see which ones you're fit. So you're not afraid of really trying out different things, experimenting, again, really breaking out of the mold of what other people would perceive you or what other people think you should do, Libra. And then with the Four of Pentacles here, the Four of Pentacles is that card of like where you're putting your energy, where you're investing your energy, your pentacles, darling, right? And so it just feels, and also I want to point out with the Eight of Wands, it is a card of movement, right? It could be physically moving, or it could just be you moving your mindset, or you moving where your Four of Pentacles are, moving where your energy is, right? So I like this a lot for you, Libra. I really feel like a lot of greatness is coming forward towards you guys, and people are just standing back. You're just like allowing people to just be like, take this how it is, darling. Stand back and watch me have my greatness. Stand back and watch me have my glow up, darling. So yeah, Libra, fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. So let's get into some clarifiers, darling. Let's see here. Oh, we already got these 3 cards. So we have the Justice. This is your energy, Libra. Come on now. The Justice card clarifying your King of Wands. You are really in your element. You're really feeling powerful at this time, Libra. Really take this as a sign for whatever it is that you've been wanting to do, or the things that you've been up in the air about. Really capitalize on this energy right now, Libra. We have the Seven of Swords clarifying the Eight of Wands. So this is kind of like your issue for a little bit, Libra. Maybe there was like this anxiety or this fear in terms of really claiming yourself. And I feel like you're just moving away from that. Some of you guys are moving away from relationships in your life, moving away. I don't even want to say, like, when I say relationships, by the way, Libra, I mean platonic, romantic, and all that. I feel like many people hear relationship and just assume I'm talking about romance. And it's just not that, darling. So I just feel as if you are moving away from things that maybe not directly were disempowering you, but it was just energy that was keeping you small, Libra, that was preventing for you to be really claim this King of Wands energy of where it's just like you are calling the shots now. You're not really looking for approval of others. You're just like, this is what I'm doing, darling. You either take it or leave it, honey. And then we have the Five of Cups here, clarifying the Four of Pentacles. So overall, Libra, even based off of these clarifiers, I see this as a situation of where an energy, if this is social, like a sense for you, like it's like an energy that just you weren't really trusting of, or it just feels as if something happened in the past for you, Libra, that kind of like knocked you down a little bit, that had you feeling a little bit low. And so I feel as if now you're like finally picking up the pieces, and you're finally, as this Five of Cups, the Five of Cups is all about like, you maybe for a while you were just looking at all the things that happened and all those spilled cups that happened, right? If you look in the card, if the holographicness doesn't get too overwhelming, darling, you see those cards, you see those cups that were dropped, and it's just kind of like it's like, why'd it have to happen that way? But now I feel like you finally, the Five of Cups is all about just looking and changing your direction, changing to this new path, and you notice those 2 cups being filled and just waiting for you to notice them, right? But you just had to kind of move on from those cups that were spilt at one point. So moving on from this old situation. Take notice as well, Libra, with this Five of Cups, there's a town in the back, so it kind of adds into that message of the Eight of Wands of like transition for you, Libra. So fabulous, fabulous, fabulous start for you, Libra. I really like this a lot for you guys. Like, come on now, Libra. I guess it's like I'm partially excited just because like I'm a Libra Scorpio cusp, and I'm just like, yes, give me all this energy. Even my best friend is a Libra, so I'm just like, yes, darling, this is our moment, honey. So now, Libra, let's get into some overall messages of what you don't see coming towards you right now. We have the Nine of Cups, baby. This is just continuing on in such a fabulous fashion, darling. Ace of Wands. Come on now, Libra. Come on now. And then we have the Three of Swords here. So again, this is kind of like what you don't see coming towards you, Libra, as I feel as if whatever happened in the past, as I was talking about with that Five of Cups, with those cups being spilled, that kind of forced you in this transitional phase and that movement, right? With that Three of Swords, I feel like this is more so that disappointment. And now you're almost seeing the benefit. You're realizing like what the things that were accumulating in your life, all these things that were just heavy or obstacles, like you're finally seeing like what this was building you up for. You know, the Nine of Cups is the card of like, by definition, wish fulfillment. The Ace of Wands, darling, wands coming out, darling. The Ace of Wands is like, you know, kind of following suit with that King of Wands as well. You notice if you look earlier from that King of Wands that was showcasing, like they're also holding a wand. Like something catches your eye, Libra. It's like through you continuing on, through you moving your investments, where you're putting your energy into, through you really just going after the things that you desire and really just continually claiming your power, Libra. It's almost, I don't know, it's just like this weird message of where it's like, I feel as if like you end up getting everything that you've been working so hard towards for, and I feel like this is more so speaking for my Libras that have been, oops, I hit my mic, honey, that have been thinking for like some type of bigger picture. I don't really feel like this is just one of those like small things being like, oh, I wish I could get this bill paid or whatever, darling. Like I'm thinking bigger picture, darling. I'm thinking like, you know, you're wanting like that depthful relationship, whether it's platonic or romantic. You're wanting to have like that business, darling. You're wanting to have just like, it's just like in that greater spectrum. Do you get what I mean, Libra? Let's get some clarifiers, honey. We have the Eight of Swords clarifying the Nine of Cups. The Emperor card clarifying the Ace of Wands. Really I kind of feel as if, Libra, just as a side note real quick, and let me know if I'm alone in this thought process, but I kind of see this like Emperor Ace of Wands duo kind of like a King of Wands turns into a King of Wands. Let me know if you guys get like how the correlation with this, right? Because it's just, I don't know, girl, maybe it's just me, honey, and I'm just crazy. So then we have the Hanged Man with the Three of Swords. So truly, and taking these cards individually and what they're clarifying before we take the whole row, Libra, is with this Hanged Man on this Three of Swords is just like, again, it's the sense of like whatever disappointment that's happened, whatever pain that's brought forth to you, you're able to have a change of perspective on this that's almost kind of pushed you into this direction of needing you, like you realizing, Libra, that you needed to be that King of Wands, right? Emperor card has that Ace of Wands. As I was saying before, like it's just you're leaning further into like your light. You're no longer playing your light down. You're no longer feeling disempowered. You're doing like, you're no longer playing by the rules, Libra, of the rules that other people set for you, of the perception. You're no longer following the perceptions of like what other people say that you are or should be, Libra. This is fabulous, darling. And this Eight of Swords on the Nine of Cups, like, I feel as if this has been like your issue, Libra. This is what's been keeping you down, is where it's just like you've had like these big goals, these big dreams, darling, and you haven't been able to figure out like what has been keeping you down, what has been limiting you, Libra. And I kind of get this message here, Libra, of where it's just like, you know, the only thing that was stopping you was you, right? Because the Eight of Swords is always about, you know, all this individual has to do, Libra. Girl, don't be looking at my nails either. You know, I do it myself, Libra. So I don't want to hear no comments about being like, oh, maybe we need to like help Velca out. Like, no, girl, I'm being silly. Ace of Swords or Eight of Swords, though. All this individual has to do is just open her eyes and realize, like, yeah, she has all these swords around her, but, you know, you can just simply, like, move on, right? You're in current, and again, I get the sense of like current environment, you know. Eight of Swords, like you see these Eight of Swords, and then you go back into that transitional energy of the Eight of Wands. Like, I just feel as if you're no longer feeling trapped, and I don't know if this is like based off of your own perception of yourself that triggered this, or what have you. Let me know in the comments, Libra, what got you into this state, because I think it's just fabulous overall, darling. So now, Libra, let's get into just the overall good things, see what we can get in terms of like, we have all this fabulous direction, darling. Let's see what we can flesh out with this. We have the Two of Pentacles coming in here, Libra, the Knight of Pentacles, as well as the Seven of Pentacles. Now, Libra, I feel as if for some of you guys, there's been like at this indecision, you've been at this impasse almost of where it's just like you haven't known where to sink your energy into. Do you continue doing things that have been keeping you comfortable, or do you continue trying, or do you try to nurture something else, right? The Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles, that's a powerful message, Libra, of where, you know, I see the Knight of Pentacles as like going out into uncharted territory, tending to plants, tending to things that you're not used to tending to. I really feel like at this time you're feeling more bold than ever, Libra. And I feel as if like what you need to be leaning into is just like more of I want to just say, Libra, is just like lean into further of like just new things in general, challenging yourself on like obviously like do things that you feel good about in general, Libra, but like, you know, maybe there's those things that you've been wanting to do. Like, let's just use an example, like you want to get into dancing or writing or something like that, but you've always just been like, I don't know if it would be received well. I don't know if that's like for me, darling. You know, all those narratives that we convince ourselves that keep us limited towards like our path that we should be going on. I feel like you need to be leaning into this further, Libra. I don't feel like I need to get clarifiers on this. I feel like it's kind of straightforward. Libra, I feel like you need to just do the things that you've been always wanting to do that maybe you always told yourself, being like, maybe after I lose 10 pounds or you get the point, Libra. So yeah, darling, fabulous, fabulous, fabulous cards, Libra. Let's feed these cards to Miss Aretha Franklin, darling. And then to Miss Barbara Walters, darling Libra. And then let's get into your spirit guide and ancestral messages for this week as well through tarot, Libra. We have the Page of Pentacles here, right? Page of Pentacles, Libra, as well as the Death card. And then for your third card, Libra, we have the Tower card. Very powerful, right? Because I feel as if, like, I feel like we're just doing away with the old ways that you're going with, Libra. You know, as I was talking about, you were at that impasse with that Two of Pentacles, where it's just like, do you continue doing the things that you've been doing that keep you kind of comfortable, that you know that you are good at, or at least you have confidence in the sense that it's like it's been providing for you in some way, darling? Or do you challenge yourself and make yourself uncomfortable doing the experimenting, really? Because that's what even the Eight of Wands represents, this experimentation, trying out each wand, seeing which one fits, right? I feel like you're really welcoming in just new energy. Page of Pentacles with amplifying that. Death card and this Tower card here. You know, I kind of see this more so just as a abrupt closure to the things that you used to be doing. Like maybe you're doing like a drastic 180 towards like a whole, like changing like your trajectory in a way, or drastically changing like what it is that you've been doing. As like an example, as an analogy, maybe it's not going to happen for me, Libra, but it's just like, you know, it'd be very much so like me stopping doing YouTube tarot and then going drastically doing a difference into becoming like an author or poetry or something like that, darling. So it's in that kind of vein. I hope that makes sense. Let's get some clarifiers. We have the Four of Swords here on the Page of Pentacles. So you needed to go through some healing. That was like what's been keeping you back from really entering into this new energy, this new way of really creating more stability into your life, more finances, whatever that is that Pentacle represents. Eight of Cups coming in here on the Death card. So this kind of lets me know of like you needed to emotionally detach from something. You needed to just like get your emotions in check from a situation, from that Three of Swords, presumably, darling, before you could go into this new direction. And then last one here, the Chariot card coming in here. Tower card and the Chariot card, I am going to be honest, again, I get this like abrupt transition for you, Libra. Now I feel as if this is like a 80-20%, so it's like 80% of you Libras already had like this Tower moment and Tower death moment and that transition on, and then there's still that 20% of you Libra that still need to welcome in this energy. I know that probably sounds weird to many Libras, where you're just like, why would I want to welcome in that all these changes, darling? It's like change is what is meant for you, Libra. Change is like really ideal. Like this is one of the few times that you really want to be looking forward to and welcoming in the Tower energy. I feel like many people would just be like, oh girl, I don't want that. But no, remember what I was saying beforehand. I feel like you need to make yourself uncomfortable, do the things that you've been wanting to do that you've held back from just because of your own insecurities or what have you, darling. So, Libra, now, darling, let's get into how people are perceiving you at this time, honey, and also see what their intentions are. Knight of Swords coming in here, Libra, with the Six of Pentacles, as well as the Two of Wands here. Is this someone that you already know, Libra? Because I feel kind of 50-50 on this. Let's see. The Lovers card. All right, you do know them already. So I get this impression with this individual here. I feel as if there's going to be some relationship in your life, Libra, that very fast track you get closer with, and you end up collaborating in some way, whether it's just like through you guys like spending more time together and just being able to hang out and be like each other's emotional support, or, you know, support in whatever way that looks like for you, Libra. Or I feel as if, yeah, I don't know. I just get this sense that there's going to be some relationship in your life, Libra, that you just end up developing a closer relationship relationship with, whether this is friend, family, work, like work related here. I feel like there's this, especially with this Two of Wands, I want to clarify on that. Three of Wands. No, Two of Wands on the Two of Wands, darling. Girl, what a clarifier. So, Libra, I feel as if for many of you guys, this is definitely something that you've already had some type of commitment with. Again, I don't feel like for the majority of Libras, I don't feel like this is romantic in a sense. I think could be, but I feel like this is more so just like someone that's been part of your life. You end up working closer with. And the Two of Wands does represent building a future as well, looking off into the distance, right? That's why the artwork for most Two of Wands is always going to be looking off, right? And so I feel as if you might be building something bigger with somebody, right? Especially with that Six of Pentacles. So overall, just fabulousness. I feel like you have a very strong support system coming in socially, and just as well, you just have a very strong Pentacle energy, darling, whether that's finances or what have you. It's very strong, supportive Pentacle energy for your future, darling. So I'm really excited for you, Libra. But those are the cards that I have for you, Libra. Let me know which cards resonate with you and how they do, darling. Remember, if you want to book a private personal reading with me, my website's always linked down below, SimplyVelca.com, darling. Next to my social medias, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all that just being SimplyVelca, honey. And yeah, Libra, I wish you so much luck, so much love. And remember, regardless whatever decisions you end up making, darling, I'm always here to support you. I love you so much, Libra. Bye.